Hello, everybody. So today we're going to read a story called Different Voices. It's a true story, and it's based off of a protest that happened in Birmingham, Alabama in, I don't remember, 1963. And a lot of people call it the Children's Crusade because a lot of the parents didn't go to this protest because they were afraid of losing their jobs. So their children said, "We'll go instead because they can't fire us. We don't have jobs." So we're going to look at three perspectives. Lucille Lyons, she's a student protester. We have Johnny Lee Baker, police officer, and Bill Keys, a photographer. So first we're going to look at Lucille Lyons' perspective. She says, "My heart is fluttering in my chest. All around me, kids chatter nervously. Many look around my age, 14, but a lot are younger too, like this boy. He's younger. This morning we met at the 16th Street Baptist Church." So there they are meeting, getting ready for the protest. "Before we marched right into the area with all of the whites-only stores, the segregated stores. I talked to one of my classmates from school. 'You skipping school today too?' he asked. I nodded yes. 'You scared?' he asked. I nodded again. 'Me too,' he said. Now we're looking across the street. We see firemen standing there with hoses aimed right at us. Suddenly, water explodes from the nozzles. Some kids fall down. Others sit right down in the street. The firemen turn up their hoses even higher. I press myself against the side of a building to keep from getting swept away. Water beats my back and shoulders and pins me against the building. It feels like I'm being punched and kicked. The water tears my sweater. I'll be bruised and in big trouble when I get home, but I know I'm doing the right thing." And then here's some pictures. So when I said that they were kids doing this, I wasn't lying. These are really children that were making history and changing the world. Okay, so now we're looking at the police officer's perspective. There's a crowd gathering at the church. A lot of them are kids, but they still need to be kept under control. We have to protect our citizens, our white citizens, that is. This city is segregated. Whites and blacks are separated. Always has been that way, and I hope always will be. As a police officer, it's my job to use whatever force is needed to keep the peace. The crowd is beginning to march straight toward the white shopping area. "Halt!" I yell, and no one will get hurt. They don't stop. Then I see Commissioner Connor. Bull Connor. We know him as Bull Connor. This police officer calls him Commissioner Connor. Signal to the firemen. He signals to the firemen. The firemen turn their hoses on the crowd and start to spray. The water's power is strong enough to tear the bark off of a tree. I hope this will teach these people a lesson. Okay, now we're looking at the perspective of the photographer. I'm watching history being made. I am in Birmingham to take pictures for my job as a Life magazine photographer. As I snap pictures of the black children gathered for their march, I see firemen cross the street toward them. Bull Connor is there yelling commands. The firemen blast the kids with water. I can't believe my eyes, seeing such violence against children. I see a teenage girl and two boys holding onto the side of a building to try to keep from getting swept away by the blasts of water. It looks like the water is really hurting them as it hits them in the back. I snap a picture of them. I hope this picture makes it into the newspaper. This picture will make the world pay attention to what is happening here. And as you can see, it did go into the newspaper, or went into a magazine. And this is what ended up helping stop segregation in Birmingham, Alabama. And it was kids who made this difference.